start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. They go play action with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Broncos at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Here's Herbert. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. It's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Donald Parham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field. Hey,
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Herbert now. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got Allen. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Herbert back to the air. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This one out quickly to Watkins. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
14. 25. Go.
Here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got this to Williams, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Mike Williams, 44 yards. And the Chargers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Room here to run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. A final shot before the break for Herbert. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the...
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop.